Okay, right there. So we're establishing kind of that we're in G minor here. Interestingly, the Imperial Shuttle there, it's like right around the pitch. That's totally not on purpose, just a fun little, kind of got close there. The Imperial Shuttle is flying, or I guess it's the TIE fighters that you're hearing. Somewhere in there. Somewhere in there. Really, really great writing here. Michael Giacchino, fantastic writer, wrote The Incredibles, really, really, really brilliant composer. Fun fact, writes a lot of like big band stuff. I mean, The Incredibles is all sort of like that big band style, sort of jazz influence. Maybe we should do a video about The Incredibles because that music is phenomenal. But he did the music for Rogue One, and oh boy, did he do a fantastic job. I mean, not trying to be John Williams, but paying homage to John Williams in a really, really great way. And here we're establishing this beautiful low brass melody. Really nice. We're keeping this G in the bass, G minor, F major, G minor, F major. That's a really, really great sounding sequence. And you know, this very much feels like it wants to lead into like an E flat major 7. Does it not? It feels like it wants to lead to E flat major 7. I don't know. That's just what I'm hearing.
Go! Gotta go now!
There's the in the trumpets there. We have that E flat there. Now we're still sticking to this. G minor sound, however, we are getting a little bit of that raised fifth, which kind of makes it an E flat chord. Here's an interesting thought. Here we have G minor. Is this indeed E flat major? Well, there's a few different ways to look at it. I mean, you could say functionally it is E flat major with a third in the bass. So the third, 1, 2, 3, G. Right, so it's like E flat major with a third in the bass, that is, or is it G minor with a sharp 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, sharp. There's just regular G minor, sharp 5. I don't really know definitively how I would explain which one it is necessarily, but I don't think it really matters that much. I mean, you can look at it as G minor, sharp 5. You can look at it as E flat over G, same kind of deal. Oh my god, okay. Man, every time I watch this scene, you're just like, yes! What a reveal. I mean, just the tension build up, the chaos, and then the silence, and the breathing, and then it's, okay, I'm sorry, I'll stop geeking out. There are people who are way more dedicated Star Wars fans than I, but I geek out over that every time I see it. It is just incredible, and this is, in my opinion, this is the chord that saved Star Wars. You know, people were already a little bit disappointed with the first film, and then the second and the third films, people were just like, well, this was a disaster. But Rogue One, as far as I know, is pretty universally liked, I think. I mean, I loved it. Everybody I know that saw it thinks it's the best thing to come out of the Disney Star Wars era. The Mandalorian as well is another really great product of the Disney era. As far as films go, this is just such a great film, and like, this is one of the reasons why. This sequence, right before we get to this, we're hanging onto this G. We're gonna let it just sit there, right? And it's gonna just fade out in the lower strings. It's gonna give way to the environmental sound of the creaking ship, and here's steps. Oh, the steps and the breathing. Wow, okay, this is why I think this chord is super interesting, because this whole time building up, we've been sitting on this G minor sound. When the lightsaber illuminates, the high brass is still playing the same G minor chord. Okay, but But check this out. So the lightsaber changes the chord. I don't know if they meant to do this. They probably did. Did they? I don't even know. But the lightsaber changes the chord. Watch this. Can you hear the pitch of that lightsaber? Ba, ba, way down. Right? It's E. What happens when you take a G minor chord and you add an E to it? It makes it a half diminished chord, an E minor 7 flat 5 chord, right? I don't know if this was, I have no idea. The lightsaber cuts out. And then you hear that the orchestra is just playing this straight G minor chord, right? It's just consistent. It's just G minor. But the lightsaber is an E, and the combination makes this dramatic, disastrous kind of sound that encapsulates what's happening here. It makes the whole thing feel like, oh God, right? Because we're here, and this is, this is dramatic, it's intense and everything, right? But then, whoa! It's like, oh no! Okay, the fact that it cuts out when the scene change, when the camera angle changes, that leads me to believe that maybe this wasn't intentional. Maybe they did not mean to do this. If it was not intentional, then this is the most brilliant mistake ever, because I think that chord alone makes this scene so much more formidable. It just adds another level of disaster to what's happening here, right? Okay, so now we're getting kind of an F sharp coming out of the lightsaber. By the way, if you ever wanted to know, I don't have perfect pitch, and you know that because every time I sing something and I'm trying to find it, I'm like, whoa, 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 yeah. Yeah, whoa, 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 whoa. I'm getting an F sharp out of that. Which, obviously that doesn't go. We're still sitting on this G minor. But what's really neat is that, check this out. Wow! Yeah, E flat minor. Now hearing that is a very Star Wars sound, so that makes sense. So we're going from G minor to E flat minor, but what is the third of E flat minor? E flat natural minor. There it is, G flat and harmonically F sharp. That's the lightsaber. So we're here and the lightsaber, and then we get the chord, and again the lightsaber matches. Whoa, 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 hear it? I don't know if this would be at all thought of even, right? Because it just sounds like a lightsaber. I mean, it's the classic sound of a lightsaber. Would the pitch of the lightsaber be even something that they would even consider? I don't know. But if they didn't, this is like the greatest happy accident ever because it's perfect. Props to that guy. He had one line and he nailed it. Look at him, look at him. Ah! Yes! We're getting away from the music just a tiny bit, but like here's where everyone watching this film was like, I mean, we were already like that because this scene has it's incredible. But like this moment was when it clicked what they were doing with the film. When it clicked that how they were gonna tie it in, you're just like, oh my God. Because you've had this amazing final battle sequence and what I think is a really great resolution to that. I mean, despite all the best characters, spoiler alert, dying, I thought it was a great storyline. And then this scene with Darth Vader and everybody's just like, and then we get to this part and now everything's starting to click and you're like, oh, I know what they're doing. Now we've changed key. So we spent that whole scene in G minor. Okay, now we're in a new key. We're in C minor. We're doing the exact same thing as we did in G minor. G minor. That is dropping a major third. Okay, dropping a major third, both minor chords. So here we're in C, drop a major third. Minor chord, 2 minor chords, major third apart. Same thing as the G, just in a new key. That's all we're doing. Fantastic. Yep, and then. And here's where everybody started going, are we gonna?
Secure the airlock and prepare the escape pods. Your Highness, the transmission we received.
Up until this moment, when I saw this in theaters, I was like, there's no way. There's no way. Like, there's no way they're gonna do this.
What is it they've sent us?
Oh my God. I grew up watching Star Wars. I mean, like I said, there are people who are way, way, way bigger fans than me, but like, it's always been a part of my life. Is this fan service? I mean, yeah, I guess so to an extent, but like, what a great way. If you're gonna use fan service, like, yikes. This is the best way you could possibly do it. Anyways. E minor 7, flat 5, E half diminished, whatever you wanna call it. That unintentional chord, I think, is what truly captures the sheer epicness of that Darth Vader reveal, and thus the entire ending to Rogue One, solidifying it, I think, as one of the greatest Star Wars films ever. But I'm curious to know what you think. What has been your favorite Star Wars film? Most people love The Mandalorian. I think it's fantastic. Out of the films, what do you think has been the best film so far of the Disney era? Did you notice anything like this? Did you notice any of the music and the lightsaber interacting at the end scene? I'm curious. Let me know in the comments below, because that stuck out to me immediately, and I was just like, yes! Sorry for geeking out over this, but yikes. This is so much fun to look at because you don't know if anybody thought of it or if it was intentional or not. I kind of feel like it probably wasn't, but I don't know. I have no idea. I know is that Michael Giacchino wrote a fantastic score for Rogue One. It's absolutely phenomenal. Go check out the score. If you haven't seen the movie, sorry, now you kind of know what happens, but go watch it anyways because it's fantastic. What a great piece of filmmaking. But anyways, that's gonna do it for me today. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you taking the time, and we will see you in the next video.